The same thing happened in World War II, right? Right before World War II, the Great Depression and everything occurred. And then shortly after, that's how America got their finances back.
Right. It was the World War II that built up America financially.
Right.
Yeah,
right.
Exactly. Yep.
It says American troops are going into 35 African nations to create mayhem and assassinate civilians. The U.S. has a seemingly determination to participate in a Sino-Japanese war, which is Chinese versus Japanese war. And in any case, with its foreign policy controlled by Zionism and heavily influenced by the Christian Zionists, it is doing its best to engineer some form of major war in the Middle East.
Go ahead. We have no problem with that. Our problem is that they're dragging their goddamn feet.
Right.
Quick precept. This Revelations chapter 6, verse 4. And there went out another horse that was red, and power was given to him that sat thereon to take peace from the earth, and that they should kill one another, and there was given unto him a great sword. Because that's Esau. That's what's going on right now. And with this article, everywhere he goes, he takes peace from the earth. And I want to read this quick precept. Another one. This is Revelations 9 and 12. One woe is past, and behold, there come 2 woes more hereafter. Now that second woe happened, and we're coming in to the third woe. You know, these articles that we're bringing out is talking about the rumors of war. It's talking about the rumor of the Third World War, which technically there's a cyber World War III going on right now. It's just not being publicized in the news. You know?
Rumors of wars and rumors of wars. And like you mentioned about Esau, the red horse, that proves that Cain is the direct descendant of Esau. Cain is the predecessor of Esau. Because Cain's blessing was a vagabond, a fugitive, and a vagabond shall thou be in the earth. A vagabond, another word for vagabond is traveler. You go into all these different countries, going in there and causing mayhem and chaos. Just like Cain brought mayhem and chaos upon his brother Abel. So you so-called white people, you're the direct descendants of your forefather Cain. And Cain was the wicked, and you're the wicked.
Got a quick precept real quick.
By the way, Cain was turned red too. When Cain received the mark, that mark was his skin was pigment was stripped from him, essentially turning him red. Just like his future descendant Esau would be red and hairy. Go ahead.
Yeah, this is Proverbs 29 and 2, like you said, the characteristics of Cain, and this fit right along with what you said. This is when the righteous are in authority, the people rejoice. But when the wicked bear rule, the people mourn. Yeah,
that's why people are mourning. Like the brothers, you hear them reading the articles about the barroom brawls and the rapes. These people are mourning about that. The people in Iraq are mourning. Iran, they're mourning. They're mourning about that stuff. They don't like that. Why? Because the wicked is in rulership. And when the wicked is in rulership, that's what you have. You have wars. You have bitterness. And then it tells you, the scripture tells you, when the righteous are in authority, people rejoice. There's nobody rejoicing. People are moaning. And there's going to be more and more moaning. Because the scripture says, shameful spewing shall be upon thy glory.
Go ahead,
it says, this is the next paragraph. The $1 trillion platinum coin, therefore, not only increases the already unpaid American national debt, but does not address the profound structural problems. So its minting seems unlikely. But watch this space. If the American politicians refuse to allow the debt limit to be raised and do not address the structural problems, the platinum coin may yet be minted, no matter how ridiculous that is thought to be by the Treasury and Federal Reserve. Does gold have anything to do with this? Unfortunately, yes. The US, UK, and Japan are emerging in competitive devaluation, which means they are printing money to try to lower the price of their exports and to stimulate their domestic economies. At some point, it may be sooner or later, although housewives and others are already sharply aware of rising prices, there will be big inflation.
Yeah, and the main reason why they're doing all that with the so-called money system, these different countries, is because they already have the ultimate plan, which scriptures tell you in the book of Revelation, the 13th chapter, that he causeth all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark. And that mark, we have found out by the scriptures, is the chip. So all these different currencies of different countries are being slowly eradicated to bring in the chip. And it's going to happen. Because that is the vision that John saw on the island of Patmos. He saw people lining up to get that chip. And it is written of the Most High's word that the Most High is a man that he cannot lie. So that vision is certain. You know?
Is Ezekiel 7:19. They shall cast their silver in the streets, and their gold shall be removed. Their silver and their gold shall not be able to deliver them in the day of the wrath of the Lord. They shall not satisfy their souls, neither fill their bowels, because it is the stumbling block of their iniquity.
Right, because it doesn't matter how much silver and gold you have, because all the silver and gold is going to be tied to what? The chip. See, if you don't have the chip, you're not going to be able to use silver and gold, because they're going to require for you to use that chip.
Matter of fact, you should bring out the chip scripture, just to solidify it in the lesson. Because we know you got these knuckle-headed Israelites that believe the mark of the beast is sleeping with women of the other nations, in particular so-called white women. Yeah. How they equate that? Well, they listen to that fool Gehenna and really believe that shit. But anyway, go ahead. It's so ridiculous, man.
Right.
So how does sleeping with so-called white women equate to being the mark of the beast? First of all, the Greek word there for mark is a sign. Also sign, because a mark, when somebody put a mark on their paper, if they give you a paper and they tell you put your mark on it, you put your what? Your signature on it.
Right.
That was another word for mark, a sign. So you're telling me that sleeping with so-called white woman is a sign of the beast?
Right.
The so-called white women are beasts.
That goes along with when they tell you to print your name.
Right.
And then when you look up that word charagma, it says imprint.
Imprint.
You know?
Thing inserted. Right.
This Revelations 13:16, and he causeth all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand or in their forehead. Hey,
well, you know, using a little humor, if you're poor, I don't think too many white women want to sleep with you. It said rich and poor, right?
Right.
Not too many women want to mess with you when you're poor, right? Women like it when you're rich. And so the point is that whole belief that you believe that the mark of the beast is sleeping with so-called white woman is ridiculous. All right? And if that's the case, then King Solomon had the mark of the beast even before the mark of the beast was conceived. Because we know what it really means. Because it tells you in the scriptures that King Solomon slept with many women. He slept with women of the Edomites. So I guess he had the mark of the beast then, even before that was conceived, the true understanding of the mark of the beast.
And a lot of these soldiers, they're getting the chip. A lot of these soldiers are getting chipped up. When they get the vaccination, they also get the option to take the chip, and a lot of them are taking the chip, which also ties into what? The rumors of war.
He causeth all, both small and great, rich and poor, to receive a mark. That mark is the chip. Now, if any of you morons can't see it, then guess what? You're not meant to see it. The truth is not for everybody anyway. The truth is only for the elect. That just means you're not part of the elect. That's all. So you go ahead and keep on believing that the mark of the beast is sleeping with so-called white women, because you listen to a fucking moron named General Gehenna.
I got it. The Greek word for mark, as we know, is charagma, a stamp, an imprinted mark of the mark stamped on the forehead or the right hand as a badge of the followers of the Antichrist. You know, they're going off.
As a matter of fact, another word for the word mark is the end.
Oh, okay.
The end. Like when they would tell you put your mark on the paper, most people would put an X, which is really a cross.
Right.
Now Yahushua was crucified on what? A cross. And the last thing Yahushua said on that cross is, "It is finished," meaning the end. Right?
Yeah.
Like when you X out something, you bring it to its what?
End.
Its end.
Right.
So
X marks the spot.
X marks the spot, meaning that's the end.
You're right. And another definition says the mark branded upon horses.
So what's the end?
Right.
The end is that chip.
Right.
That's the final thing of wickedness that Esau is going to do.
Right.
That will bring his what? His end.
Right.
Once he does that, that's it. That's the final tally of wickedness that Esau is going to do, and the Mosiah is going to say, "Look, I've had it. This is it."
Right.
Because it tells you in the scriptures, this devil's iniquity has reached what? To the heavens. So that's going to be the capper, that chip, causing everybody to take that chip. And he's going to. That's why he has his military, his concentration camps, his what do you call it? Yeah, his concentration camps, his guillotines for those that what resist the chip, do not take the chip. As a matter of fact, you finished read that. You finished read that.
A little bit more.
Okay.
It says that no man might buy or sell, say he that has the mark or the name of the beast or the number of his name.
Right. Now go to
14.
14. Yeah, 14 and 9, I believe it is.
Con. It is 14.
Yeah, Revelations 14 and 9. And the third angel followed them, saying with a loud voice, if any man worship the beast in his image, and receive his mark in his forehead or in his hand.
Which is the chip, right? Go ahead.
The same shall drink of the wine of the wrath of the Most High, which is poured out without mixture into the cup of his indignation.
Right, they're going to receive those missiles. Now, the scripture I wanted is the beheading scripture. Because John actually saw in the island of Patmos, he actually saw certain individuals were being beheaded. In other words, having their head cut off for not accepting that mark, for not accepting that chip. And now we understand that could come into fruition because now they have those guillotines out there. There was one brother was telling me that he found out there was a large shipment of guillotines that was shipped out to, I think it was in California. And this guy asked, not the brother, the brother was telling me that this person asked, well, what are these guillotines for? And another person told him, oh, they're going to California. I mean, roughly paraphrasing what the brother told me. I don't remember it word for word, but it shows you, man. Then you have the legislation. For those of you who don't believe, then why do you have legislation to bring back the guillotine? A lot of you niggas out there don't even know about the instrument called the guillotine.
The scripture.
Yep.
Revelation chapter 20 verse 4. And I saw thrones, and they sat upon them, and judgment was given unto them. And I saw the souls of them that were beheaded for the witness of Yahushua.
Yeah, the souls of them that were beheaded. That's the brothers. So you're going to have certain you brothers out there, you're going to be beheaded for not taking the chip. There was a brother right here in the DC camp. I was talking to him yesterday. The brother told me that they kicked him out of the military because he refused to take that chip. All right? The brother told me they kicked him out of the military because he refused to take that chip.
And this was a couple years ago, so you know
so
people have been getting the chip for a while.
Right, and it's going to get more and more serious. They're not just going to kick you out the military, they're going to chop your head off. Oh, you don't want to take that chip? They're going to chop your head off. All right, go ahead.
And for the word of Yahweh.
I'm sorry, we go from the top.
God. And I saw thrones, and they sat upon them, and judgment was given unto them. And I saw the souls of them that were beheaded for the witness of Yahushua.
Now, why would John lie? This is John speaking. He said he saw this. He was writing down what he saw in the vision. So he saw brothers getting put to death for not accepting the chip. Go ahead.
And for the word of Yahweh.
And for teaching the word. That's why we tell you brothers to take this thing seriously. You think this is a light thing that you go out on the street and propagate the Lord's word? No, this is serious business, man. And they already moved in on us back in 9/11. They moved. We had our school in Connecticut. They moved on the school just for us teaching the word. You know. So this is serious business. Go ahead, bro.
And which had not worshipped the beast, neither his image, neither had received his mark upon their foreheads or in their hands. And they lived and reigned with the Mashiach 1,000 years.
There you go.
All right.
Yeah. Can I bring out this quick precept?
Yeah,
Basically pushing I'll just read it. Isaiah 48:3. I have declared the former things from the beginning, and they went forth out of my mouth, and I showed them. I did them suddenly, and they came to pass. You know, talking to the chip, like talking about the chip, like the brother was breaking out. Men shall be beheaded. John the Revelator saying in the book of Revelations. You know?
Yeah, and it's starting to come to pass now. Like with those guillotines are being shipped to these FEMA camps. See, he declared that John saw these visions, and as soon as he saw them, they started coming to pass. They might not have came to pass back then, but in the reincarnation, they're starting to come to pass now. You know, everything is coming back around full circle. If you get Ecclesiastes 3:15,
that's right.
And then we'll end with that scripture.
Ecclesiastes 3:15. It says, that which have been is now.
Right, that which have been is now. It says they were beheaded for the testimony of Yahweh Shai and for the word of Yahweh. John the Baptist got beheaded, you see, and now it's going to happen again in these times. Go ahead.
And that which is to be have already been.
Right, and the same persecutions and the same stuff that we're suffering now, it happened in the past, you know. And these rumors of wars that he was talking about back then, right now, we're talking about it now. Why? Because we are some of those men that were back there, you know. So with that, we're going to say all praise to Yahweh B'Shem Yahweh Shai, double honors to our elders that rule well of the GMS in New York, and shalom to all you Akim.
Shalom.
Shalom.
Shalom.